We usually think of learning a language as, well, a practical skill, right? Something for a vacation or maybe a business meeting. But what if I told you it's one of the most powerful things you can do for the actual health and structure of your brain? Let's get into it.
So think about it this way. This isn't about studying. It's about taking your brain to the gym. And I'm not just using a metaphor here. It's a literal workout that has some really profound and lasting effects on the most complex organ in your body.
Because, see, this isn't just about memorizing vocabulary lists. It's about a deep physical transformation. So today, we're going to explore exactly how this mental exercise builds a stronger, a faster, and honestly, a more resilient mind. Okay, so first up, let's look at what's actually going on inside your head when you know more than one language. It's this incredible mental juggling act that a bilingual brain performs every single second. Here's the fascinating part. The brain doesn't just switch one language off. Nope. Instead, you can imagine two languages constantly swirling and blending together, almost like watercolors. Your brain has to actively choose which one to use and which one to push to the background at any given moment. And that constant management, well, that's the core of the workout. And the system that gets the biggest upgrade from all this is what we call the executive control system. Just think of it as the air traffic controller of your brain. It manages your focus, it helps you switch between tasks, and it filters out all that irrelevant noise. So that constant language juggling gives the system a nonstop, high-intensity training session. And the results? They're crystal clear. Because that executive control system is so well trained, bilingual brains are just demonstrably better at switching between tasks, at ignoring distractions, and at maintaining focus. And this isn't just a language skill, it's a fundamental upgrade to your cognitive abilities. So let's get into how this workout actually builds the brain on a physical level. We've talked about the process, but what are the tangible results? How does this mental exercise literally sculpt your brain? The magic word here is neuroplasticity. See, your brain isn't a static, fixed organ at all. It's more like clay, constantly being reshaped by your experiences. And it turns out, learning a language is one of the most powerful sculpting tools you can possibly give it, creating all these new pathways and strengthening the ones you already have. And this is where we can actually see the physical gains. All that effort leads to a real increase in your gray matter density. You can think of gray matter as your brain's processing hardware, the actual neurons. So learning a language is literally like installing a more powerful hard drive in your head. And MRI studies absolutely confirm this. We can see more gray matter in key language areas and stronger connections, that's the white matter, linking different parts of the brain. But here's the best part. These changes happen whether you're 7 or 70. These benefits are not just for kids. Okay, so language learning strengthens your brain, it changes its physical structure. But that all leads us to the most profound benefit of all. It's like building a protective shield for your mind as it gets older. It's called cognitive reserve. Imagine your brain as a city. A monolingual brain might have a few main highways to get around. But a bilingual brain, after years of that mental juggling, has built this complex network of back roads, side streets, and alternate routes. So if a main highway gets blocked by damage, there are tons of other ways to get where you need to go. It's a neural safety net. This reserve acts as an unbelievable shield against the effects of aging and diseases like dementia. Now, it doesn't prevent the disease, but it helps the brain function better for longer, despite it. Which, of course, begs the question, just how powerful is this shield really? 5 years. That's the number. Research shows that, on average, bilinguals who develop dementia or Alzheimer's show symptoms up to 5 years later than their monolingual counterparts. Just let that sink in for a second. That is 5 more years of cognitive clarity, all thanks to the brain's incredible ability to compensate for damage. It's just a staggering testament to the power of this workout.
Now, this all sounds pretty incredible, but I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. I'm too old for this, I missed the boat. Well, let's just tackle that myth head on, because the science says it is simply not true.
You know that feeling of difficulty when you're an adult trying to learn new grammar or vocabulary? That's not you failing. That is the workout. That struggle is the actual sensation of your brain forging new pathways. It's neuroplasticity in action. It's the sign that it's working. So, how can you start today? First, just reframe the whole task. Don't see it as a hobby. See it as essential maintenance for your mind. Second, pick a language that genuinely excites you. something connected to a culture, a place, or art that you love. That passion is your fuel. And finally, embrace the effort. When it gets hard, lean into it. That feeling is just your brain getting stronger. Learning a language is so much more than just learning words. It's a way to actively build a better, healthier, and more resilient brain. It's a real-life superpower that you can start developing right now. So the only question left is, what superpower will you choose?